everybody. You thought we were dead. We're not. Surprise, we are back for the 54th episode of Fear the Walking Dead. No, we're called the Bitching Dead. Sorry, I have a migraine, so
I
you
do
know,
fear the Walking Dead
yeah,
spinoffs.
yeah,
Right.
exactly, yeah.
Are
Uh,
are we are we a Walking Dead spinoff?
oh my gosh, it's getting really meta here. Don't ask that question because now I'm like, am I? I might
Right?
be. The Bitching Dead is the newest Walking Dead spinoff. Actually, technically, we're the oldest Walking Dead
We
spinoff.
we we are the original spinoff,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. All right, so welcome to the Bitching Dead. We're your hosts, Becca Freed and Tara. We're here. We are a webcast from the minds of the geeky area, and we're here to bitch about stuff and things like Farmer Rick, because somebody has to do it. If you've not seen the Walking Dead spin-offs, The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon season 1, The Walking Dead Dead Seasons, City.
Dead
I got
seasons.
this. Season
Dead
1.
All
Dead
these
City.
seasons.
Dead
Yeah.
City. Dead
Yes.
City.
So it's Dead. Fear the Walking Dead Dead City season 1 and Fear the Walking Dead season 8 part uh 2. So yeah, I guess part 1 and part 2, as well as the premiere episode of The Walking Dead The Ones Who Live. Please turn back now. I don't care anymore. I'm really tired of this. I'm not providing any more I'm not even going to say turn back now. Like, you're here of your own volition. You're listening to this of your own volition. Suffer.
Please remember that this is recorded live, so we aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us for any technical difficulties or accidental or intentional swears. You can join the conversation with the hashtag #TheBitchingDead.
And we'd like to remind all of you that the hosts, that the hosts expressed on this wow, it's been so long, you guys. We
Yeah.
would like to remind all of you that the hosts are all expressing their own opinions. Therefore, the views are our own and do not necessarily represent all of us individually or the geeky area as a whole. Something along those lines. It's fine. Dead City.
Dead
Dead
City.
City.
Dead City.
It's such a bad name. And the funny thing is that they didn't even try to give the Daryl Dixon spin-off a name. It was just like The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. There.
I mean, maybe they got feedback from Dead City and we're like, oh God, we might as well just call it Daryl Dixon because they're gonna make fun of anything else we call it. What else?
I mean,
What else would they call it? We'll get
Okay.
into that in a minute. Let's talk about the ratings first.
Okay, so Fear the Walking Dead season 8 part 2 ended on just a 0.44 million live viewers. Not even 500,000 people tuned in for the finale. And it's gone. Season 8. Bye-bye.
Honestly, they did not need a season 8. They sure as hell didn't need a 2-part season 8.
Right? Yeah, the two-parter really did it. They could have ended the entire story in part 1 or something. But yeah, the two-part thing. Now, as far as Dead City and the Daryl Dixon spin-offs are concerned, both of them have been renewed for a season 2.
Oh.
So they're returning for a season 2. Now,
Oh.
so when it comes to Dead City, the premiere episode got 0.7 million live viewers. So not even a million people decided to tune in. And the finale ended up getting 0.6 million, which is a good retention rate compared to the premiere episode. So I guess that's why they renewed it for a season number 2 or something. And it's cheaper anyway because they're only going to be doing 6 episodes per season.
Okay.
Yeah, so that makes sense, right? Keeps it under budget or something.
I guess. I really do not think they needed this show at all, let alone needed to have a season 2 for it.
And Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon in France, Emily in Paris, Daryl in Paris, Daryl in Paris.
Instead of Emily in Paris, Daryl in Paris.
Oh my God.
Now Daryl and Paris. Now that's a spin-off show.
Oh my gosh. Instead, what's it called? The Simple Life, Daryl Dixon and Paris Hilton together.
Right? So season 1 of Daryl Dixon, it ended up getting 0.6 million views, less than Maggie and Negan for some reason. And then the finale ended up getting 0.6. So again, the audience that's tuning in, they're staying until the finale. Now, whether or not the same audience will be back for a season 2, we don't know. However, I do think that they might tune in for the Daryl Dixon show because season 2 is basically gonna be Daryl and Carol. Because
Oh,
Carol's coming back, Melissa's coming back.
Yeah, and
oh.
isn't it called the Book of Carol?
Yep. Yep, it is. So they're going back to the original idea that they had of giving both of them a single spin-off instead of focusing just on Daryl. So yeah, Melissa's coming back.
Wait
I
a
mean,
sec.
that's cool.
I'm sorry. Flip that, reverse it. So Carol is coming back for her own spinoff, or she's going to join Daryl?
So basically, they're going to do the original Daryl and Carol spin-off idea in season 2 of the Daryl show.
Got it.
They're going back instead of really changing things up. So it's going to be The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, season 2, The Book of Carol.
All right. Well, I hope they have fun with that.
And it's going to be 6 episodes again. So less episodes and more contained storytelling.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched the Daryl Dixon show. So y'all are going to be the two that are going to talk about that.
That's fine.
And I really wanted to watch it, but
funny enough, a friend and I were talking earlier. He's like, oh, I think one of the only friends I have, other than I guess sort of Becca and you, Fareed, who still watches all of these shows. And I was joking about Dead City, like the name. And he said, I think The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol is a worse name. And then he says, and I told him I was going to share this. Season 3 will be called The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, The Book of Carol, Judith Lives. Oh, no, wait. It gets better. I said, no. The Walking Dead, The Book of Maggie and Negan in Daryl and Carol City, Judith.
Right?
Wait. It gets better. I said, wait. No, we're leaving something out. The Walking Dead, Fear the World Beyond the Book of Maggie and Negan in Daryl and Carol City that lives, Judith.
Oh, no.
And as he said, the best part of that is just Judith. At the
Right?
Is this Manny?
No, it's my friend Adrian from when I worked at, like, he was one of my college program cast members when I was a manager at Disney World a billion years ago, and I've almost 20 years later still like remained really good friends with him. But he's like, again, like I said, he one of the, I think the only friend I know other than sort of you, Becca,
The Walking Dead, bringing people together.
Yeah.
Maintaining friendships.
I mean, I wouldn't say this is why our friendship is maintained, but,
right?
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, both of them are coming back for a season 2 because they got nothing else. AMC got nothing else. It's either The Walking Dead or Interview with the Vampire. That's it.
Don't they have a Shogun thing coming, or is that another?
No, that's supposed to be coming out. It isn't out yet, so they don't really know if it will do good or not. But yeah, let's see if it does well. So quick thoughts about the spin-offs, because we gotta get to the Richonne spin. Why didn't they call it The Walking Dead Richonne?
Because
that's a fan name.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay. It is a better name than
The Ones Who Live.
Yeah, like, y'all, a whole bunch of people have lived, which we already know because we're talking about Dead City and books of Daryl and Carol and Fucking even Fear the Walking Dead. Like fuck, Morgan was in Walking Dead, and
They're all
Whatever
alive.
happened to him?
show ruiner.
Whatever happened to Morgan? I
Oh,
forgot.
Part 1 finale. He got reunited with his daughter, and they just decided to create a new community. Remember?
That's right. Okay.
That's what happened. Okay, so quick thoughts about. Let's start with Dead City, because Becca, you watched a couple of episodes.
I believe so. It's a fever dream. I
You be
watched.
dreaming. You be dreaming about Negan.
No, hell no. Definitely not about that guy. I did watch the first episode, and I think maybe part of the second episode. I don't know what it is about The Walking Dead and plots with kids. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's always a kid that's being kidnapped, or they're always having to follow a kid, or always having to protect a kid, which I know that this is amplified more so in the Daryl spinoff, which I have not seen. And also, there's a little bit of it kind of in the Rick and Michonne thing, which I actually didn't add to whenever I was writing about it. But like, bro, I'm so sick and tired of it. Get a new plot. Like, have them fight, I don't know, like rabid Furbies to save a wildebeest. I don't know, like just something ridiculous.
Yeah. So my thoughts about Dead City is it was unnecessary. It didn't need to exist. It did nothing for Negan and Maggie's story arc. Nothing. And the only thing that I liked about it was the fact that a scientist decided to use biofuel. And I'm like, why didn't anyone else think about it? Like, other people should have thought about it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sure that there is somebody in a small community doing it, but like because we're only focusing on big communities.
Well, and to be fair, when
Maybe.
Fareed says biofuel, it's like methane that the walkers are producing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or they're
So like,
producing from walkers. I can't remember,
are they
honestly. I barely paid attention to the show. It's kind of out of my head.
It's like
are the
methane that they have, like a scientist ended up creating a way to extract the methane from dead walkers and then use it to power stuff.
so like is this the reason why bodies explode underground? Is that what they're harnessing?
Which
Or
one? Oh yeah,
like,
the methane that dead bodies produce. Yeah.
okay, because like, well, you know how they talk about like cows producing methane and how that's ripping a hole in the
Mhm.
atmosphere or
Mhm.
whatever. But like there's another like phenomenon where if you don't ventilate properly, sometimes whenever you bury somebody,
Mm-hmm.
they'll explode. I
Yeah, the
wasn't
body
sure if
explodes
I
because of
wasn't
the
sure if
gases and
that's
everything. Yeah.
okay. So I'm assuming that they're using the rotting. Got it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So that's what the scientist ended up like. It's his invention that he can use the biogases and all of that from the zombies to as an energy source. And I'm like,
Okay.
other people should have been doing this too. But okay, you're the genius in this universe, I guess. Yeah.
Do they zip line?
They did. They did. They
Was it
zip
fun or
line.
stupid?
And of course, it was that cliche zip line where Negan was able to go through the zip line all the way, but when it was Maggie's turn, it got stuck, and Negan had to help her out. I was like, damn it.
So they did. Was there hopefully was not any romance, was there, between Negan
Oh
and
no,
Maggie?
no, no, none at all.
Good.
None at all. And
I was
apparently, so it
worried.
was basically like a double crossing situation. So it was revealed that Maggie was the reason. Maggie needed Negan to go to Dead City to get Herschel back. And then she had
Right.
to change her heart.
She had
Because
to change her.
because the big bad in that city was someone who used to work under Negan.
Oh, that's right. The crow. Was that his name? The Crow Caller?
Someone like
Yeah.
that. So, and then it was revealed that no, that guy didn't want Negan. Apparently there's this crazy elderly lady who has the hots for Negan for some reason. She wants Negan.
Ooh.
And that's where the episode ended, that she wants Negan for some reason because he's the leader and that city needs a leader.
That's gross and icky, and I don't like that. Like,
Yeah. I literally recall almost nothing about this spinoff other than there was a kid Negan was sort of trying to take care of for some reason, and
her.
Herschel was kidnapped, and now Herschel maybe hates Maggie, his mom, while Negan is maybe being forced to be Neganish again by some lady.
So
like that's literally the paragraph I wrote of my memories.
Was Herschel actually kidnapped, or?
Yeah, Herschel was actually kidnapped.
Okay.
And he also lost a toe. Because after kidnapping Herschel, they sent Maggie a toe to tell her that we are not joking.
We're not joking around, bro.
Get us Negan.
We're not joking. Here's a toe.
Oh, they were holding Herschel hostage for her to get Negan.
Yes,
Yeah.
for her to get Negan, yeah.
Okay.
And then Negan figured out, because Negan is Negan, right? So he figured out that it was basically a trap. And then he was like, hey, Maggie, why don't we just team up and take these people down and get Herschel? Why don't we do that? And Maggie's like, okay, fine, I'll do that. you kill. What was his name? I forgot the name. Maggie's boo. Glenn. Yeah.
Oh,
Glenn.
I thought you were talking about somebody else. I was like, she had another boyfriend or something.
No.
I can't believe you forgot about Glenn.
Yes. Apparently,
shame on your family.
Yeah, apparently Herschel ended up basically like facing Negan again because he knew the truth, and he was like, "You're the one who killed my daddy," and blah 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 blah. And then they ended up creating a new little kid for Negan to protect, who had a little stuffed dinosaur. And I'm like, what?
That's Negan's weakness is children, apparently.
It is, but then Herschel should have been enough. Like, we don't need to just keep creating children for Negan to bond with.
And the funny thing is, Negan also has his own kid. Bond with your own kid.
Is this the kid that he had from the start, or is this his own blood and flesh and blood?
Remember the woman that he married?
Mm-hmm.
So she was pregnant.
I thought she died of cancer.
No, she's still alive.
Oh, that's right.
The other one.
Yeah. The post apocalyptic.
Right.
Yeah.
Did we ever see her again?
No, but she's mentioned that Negan wants her to stay safe because she ended up going to a marketplace to trade something, and then she got sexually assaulted because, of course, it's Walking Dead. And then Negan doesn't want her going out on adventures anymore. I'm like, wow, that's what you came up with? To sideline her? Okay.
How about like she's a nursing mother
or something?
Yeah,
or even an actual nurse helping the community. She can't.
Yeah.
She runs the medical facility or something.
She can't have her own like legitimate storyline, you guys. She has to just be part of Negan's man pain. Okay.
Stupid.
Christ. Like, even Michonne, badass that she is, doesn't get her own story because she abandons her family and friends to go search for her, husband who she has no idea. Like, more likely he's dead than alive. But oh, it's a little
and
weird,
that was the season 2 finale with the reveal that there's this old lady running everything, and she needs Negan to take her place beside her or something. And she wants the old Negan, not the new Negan. She wants the OG vicious Negan.
Yep. And he has to be vicious too. Like she's basically like, if you aren't, I will kill everybody you love.
Yeah,
it's so stupid. Like they could have just made this. They could have made this one season. Negan didn't have this woman doesn't have to exist. It could have just been, we want to do a fun thing where we go to, post-apocalypse New York City to save Herschel.
To zipline.
Right? Like we learn about the methane gas, like the biofuel, like there were things that came from this season that I think they could have done in other like earlier seasons of other shows or whatever, but like it didn't, it could have just been the one thing if they really, really needed to make it. But no.
Okay, so then we have Daryl Dixon. So he ended up finding himself in France for some reason. I don't know how the heck did he get there. They never explain
Literally,
it.
he somehow made it to France.
They never explain it.
It was on a ship, but like, where's the fuel for that ship coming from? Who are they involved with? Like, there's like, how are these ships just traversing the entire Atlantic Ocean? I get like moving up and down rivers, enough like you coming up with enough fuel for that, or even enough fuel to move up and down like the coast of the states a little bit here and there. But the entire Atlantic Ocean? Okay. Fine.
Methane, biofuel. The link to that city.
Actually, I mean, maybe that's why the Maggie and Negan show was. I also said Negan. Maggie.
Yeah, the Nagy and Megan.
The Nagy and me again.
Oh God. Maybe that's why that show came first, so that we would just like assume, like, oh, they introduced us to the walkers, the methane, the biofuel thing, because they want us to know that that's what they're using to traverse the entire fucking ocean. I don't know, man. Listen.
But yeah, so apparently they gave Daryl Dixon a child to take care of. And that child is apparently baby Jesus for some reason, being protected by nuns.
Like, we can't just have a child this time, you guys. It's gonna be like super child. The savior of the universe, or whatever the fuck they're trying to do here. Like, literally,
I wanted him dead.
Yes, he was so annoying. Like, Daryl, this is the entire plot. Daryl somehow makes it to France. Yeah, okay, whatever. They have crazy walker shit happening. Okay, whatever. And he has to play daddy to some savior kid. Like literal savior kid, not saviors like Negan saviors. Literal savior kid. I don't know. Kill me now. Like,
and that kid had a vision of Daryl. I'm like, what? Like, I was like, what? And then there was
like about to go home, and the kid like chases him down on the beach, and Daryl has to save the stupid kid. It just ruins everything. Like, just let Daryl go home.
Right? Daryl go home. That should be the spin-off.
Let Daryl go home, Christ.
Right.
And I say that as a swear, but also apparently, let Daryl go home, Christ.
Right.
I'm muted, but you so you can't hear me laughing. But Daryl, go home, Christ.
Even though Melissa wasn't part of the entire show, she did have a cameo in the season.
Yeah, at the very end.
Mm-hmm. They figured out her pay rate or something. I don't know.
Well, I think I mean the original story was that they the show, the Daryl and Carol show, was like, it was going to be a spinoff, and then they announced it was going to be in Europe, and the story was she didn't want to go to Europe and film for months at a time, which is legitimate. But then it's like, so why was that ever even on the table? Like,
maybe. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking about how maybe it was the SAG strike and she didn't get any work.
And you mean like why she came back?
Yeah.
For money. She probably looked at her budget and everything, her finances, and she was like, you know what? I'm a do season 2.
Or you never know. Like maybe her family maybe her mom, she had to take care of her mom and dad for a year, and maybe they passed away, and now she's able to.
Maybe her family was like, go.
Yeah.
What you doing here? We're not used to having you here around
Yeah,
us.
I mean, I no judgment on her for not wanting to like move to Europe for months at a time to film. I mean, and I always assumed I don't know anything about about Melissa. I cannot remember.
McBride. Melissa
McBride, thank you. I knew
McBride.
it started with an M. I don't know anything about her personal life or, anything. Neither do I really care. Like, but if she has something keeping her here, that's her prerogative. But the other thing is, like, we do know Daryl does want to come back. So I don't know that Carol's necessarily going to end up in Europe, or maybe if she does, it's going to be like a brief, 1 or 2 episode thing where it's not going to take them months and months to shoot like a scene where Carol's there for 20 minutes of an episode or a couple.
Or maybe Daryl does come back. Season 2 just opens up with him over in Malibu or something. I don't know.
Obviously the savior kid needs to be from the United States and not from France. Come on, guys.
So wait, so where's Jesus child from?
France.
Oh, okay.
France. The Miss World.
And Fleur Delacour is in it.
Yeah, I knew that Clemens Posey was in it.
There, yeah.
I honestly had no idea until she showed up on screen, and I was like, "Oh, I know who her. I know her." I didn't pay. I paid zero attention to anything about these shows. I watched no previews, nothing.
Is there any romance
between those two? No.
No, in the between Daryl and anybody.
No.
I'm
just nosy. I'm just curious.
Nothing.
I will say I feel like they were trying to set it up between what's her
Daryl
name?
and the nun.
Yeah. Well, she
Daryl-
wasn't a nun. She was a nun of convenience.
A none of convenience. None of your business.
No, really, she was like a thief. And then the
Oh.
apocalypse happened, and she ended up with her sister's kid.
Yeah, she was basically sister acting.
Yeah, well, because her sister died because her sister got bit while she. Oh, here's a familiar storyline, guys. Her sister got bit while she was pregnant and then gave birth to the baby like soon after, and that's why this kid is the savior.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, they didn't, totally plagiarize that storyline or anything.
No, they did.
From a wildly popular and 8 billion times better TV show.
No.
And video game before that. Let's be clear.
Of course not.
Christ.
But yeah, maybe they tried to set it up, but then Melissa was like, "I'm coming back," so they were like, "Nah, we're not doing that."
Oh, please.
But yeah, I didn't see nothing between those two, so I was like, okay.
I mean, I didn't see anything, but I felt like they were trying to insist upon it.
Right? Sprinkle something here and there. Like,
yeah, they were trying to. Well, I think they were more trying to insist upon the fact that none of convenience over here was into Daryl.
Yeah, it was one-sided. Yeah.
Everybody loves a nice greasy man.
Yeah, he's extra greasy in this show too. And not like that good Aragorn greasy, okay?
Is there anything different about France than there is about
Yeah, okay. So in the show, in France, in France,
they even have walkers in France.
They've got walkers in France.
They're eating escargot.
Oui, baguette, omelette du fromage.
So they have an underground club, and they actually have a drag queen in the club. So over in France, drag queens exist.
Okay.
And the actor who was playing the drag queen in the show is actually the winner of Drag Race France season 1.
Oh.
And apparently Norman Reedus wanted her to be part of the show.
Oh.
Because they were looking at someone to cast as one of the drag queens in the show, and he was like, "Yeah, the winner, Paloma, get her."
Oh, and there was also this totally cool scene where this guy had a whole orchestra of walkers. For some reason, like he had them attached to instruments. I don't.
Well, I wasn't sure if there's like anything different about the walkers.
The walkers, they're toxic. French walkers are toxic
In like several ways too. Like,
So,
You can't touch them. You
mm-mm.
can't let their blood on yourself. It's like, remember alien spit from the movie Aliens? Like, if they
yes,
spit on you, it's basically acid.
Mm.
yeah.
So
Yep.
the walkers in France are like that. That if the blood gets on you, your skin gets burned or something. It's like
Is
acid
it
blood.
like radioactivity or?
No, it's just acid.
But do we know why?
They mutated. It's France. Too many
And also,
croissants.
like, when they catch
Too many
fire,
croissants.
when they catch fire, don't they like burn like constantly? Like they just, it's weird. I don't know. And there's like, they're like doing all these like tests on walkers to make them like uber strong. And Daryl has to have like a fighting pit scene with these like, I don't know.
And they're fast. Some of them
Yeah.
are fast. They can run, kind of.
I mean, they were kind of showing some of that at the end, very end of the Walking Dead, the original, not the Walking Dead : Fear the World Beyond : whatever the fuck, Judith. Period. Oh man, but yeah, so they introduced like way more crazy shit going on with the walkers in the Daryl Dixon show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
some of it makes sense in that, yes, okay, they're experimenting with them and that's why they're different in some ways, but why would the French walkers, because I don't, the toxic blood and stuff, that doesn't come from experimentation. I don't think they made it seem like it's always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure at one point Daryl does something with a walker and, oh, you can't do that, idiot. Like, don't you know, walk, like whatever they call walkers over there. I'm sure there was a name that I wrote down somewhere.
Carrions.
Carrion in France.
Le
Please,
petit mort, the little death. I know that means orgasm, but you know what I mean.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah, it was also Death City introduced a mutated walker. The walker that was stuck, like 3 walkers stuck together.
oh,
Remember?
it was like three walkers in a trench coat.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Literally. Like 3 walkers stuck together, Resident Evil style.
But I mean, that's a little bit more like they congealed together somehow. That's somehow more believable to me than just like France got lucky with the acid spitting walkers or whatever the fuck. They don't spit, but you know what I mean.
Right. I'm like, are they so French walkers having their blood being acid? I'm like, is the show telling us something about France? About French people? What's it trying to say? What you trying to say, Scott Gimple? Yeah.
God
That if
only
the French had
knows.
been able to spit acid, the Nazis wouldn't have. No, that's that was. Don't worry. It's like shut up, shut the fuck up. No, I don't. It makes me kind of wonder though, because because there's France is in no way connected to Russia, is it?
No.
Okay, so I was about to say, because it's not like Chernobyl
No.
was
Yeah.
able to irradiate the zombies, and they were able to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just sounds like to me that they're just desperate for something to be different.
Right. They wanted the Daryl show to be more action oriented because it's Daryl.
I mean, I'll say this, like, on the whole, it was better than the Maggie and Negan one. That's not really saying much. Like, I don't think it needed to be 6 episodes long, and I think it could have been like a made for TV movie at best.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the savior, the fucking Christ child over here, just is. I'm annoyed about the him being like immune because of how he was born, being just an exact copy of what happens in The Last of Us. And also just annoyed that I have to watch another annoying child.
Yeah. And he gets to live, so he'll pop up in season number 2, unless Carol tells him to look at the flowers or something.
Look, if Carol gets a hold of it, all bets are off. Doesn't matter if he's a Jesus kid or not.
Hey, Carol's taken care of some kids pretty well.
Of course she has. They're gone.
I mean, you know who I was referring to, but all right.
Okay, Fear the Walking Dead, season 8, part 2.
Okay, I know
Boom.
this one. I've watched.
Boom.
Well, I mean, kind of know this, but I only give a shit
Bonkers.
about one thing.
Bonkers.
Bonkers. Yeah, that's the word I use. Bonkers. Okay, so you guys know me. You guys know I only give a shit about one single thing, and it's been Alicia since the very beginning. I don't give a fuck about nobody. Oh, well, Skidmark. But like Alicia and Skidmark and Luciana, I love her. She my lady. But like, I don't give a flying friggity frack about anybody else. So I was content, even though this show is awful and terrible and it should have died. I am glad at least that I got my girl and my cat.
I mean, and honestly, by watching like only the last 2 episodes, you did the best thing you could have done, because everything else is like nothing is happening, nothing is happening, nothing is happening. Here's our ridiculous, nonsensical ending. But I agree. Like, even I was a little bit choked up about Skidmark coming back.
Yeah.
Alicia, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, how is this a thing that exists? Like, how is she still alive? Like, every just question you could think of along those lines popped into my head. But I also, immediately was like, oh my God, Becca.
Oh, yeah. You guys were like, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch this.
No.
And you guys were like, Becca, you really should watch at least the last part. And I was like, because I was like, is Alicia in this? And y'all were like, in a way. And I was like, oh my God, that means that she's gonna be a rambling, shambling corpse. And I was like, I don't want to watch her be a walker. I was so mad. This whole episode, I was pasted up like this. And whenever they were like, we killed, because at first I thought the walker in the back of the van was Alicia, but I was like, it doesn't look like her. But I was like, but they couldn't get her back, so maybe they just gave some bitch a long haircut. Like, I don't know. And because like that's all I cared about was her. I'm an Alicia Debnam Carey stan, so like, but yeah. But yeah, you guys are kept like, just watch it. And I was like, I don't wanna. So I'm glad I did, though.
And I loved how the story really couldn't explain her being alive. They were like, yeah, she survived the radioactive whatever the radiation that she got.
And the
like,
bite. Oh, and the
she's okay. Everything's okay. She's okay.
Maybe she had cancer and the radioactivity. I don't know. It canceled itself out.
But yeah, I was kind of glad that Charlie died.
Oh yeah, that was another. And I forgot she.
She killed herself basically.
Was she alive at the end of the last?
She was alive, but she was basically off screen somewhere. So she came back during part 2. Madison got to know about Charlie killing her son, Nick.
Right.
And then Madison ended up guilt-tripping Charlie, because Charlie was like, I was a kid. I was manipulated by Daniel Sherman and blah, 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 blah. And then Madison was like, no, you weren't a kid. You knew exactly what you were doing. And then Charlie was like, you know what? I'm going to sacrifice myself to make it up to Madison. And that's what she did. I'm like, yeah, she's dead. Finally dead.
You never really liked Charlie, did you? You were
anti-Charlie. Yeah, she was like, oh, I was only 12 years old when I shot Nick. I'm like, so? Go die.
That reminds me, whatever happened to Althea? Do we know?
Oh, the lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh, she got into the helicopter with her girlfriend and they flew away.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Ooh, also, Althea's truck is now being driven around by young women who were inspired by Alicia, and they dress up like her, and they go around telling people that they're Alicia.
Oh, that's what they were doing.
To keep the movement going, they go to different campsites and help people out and tell them that they're Alicia. So basically, the original Alicia stays safe.
Oh, I did not put that together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I thought they were calling each other Madre, like they were calling each other Madre after Madison, and I was like, that's fucking stupid. Madison doesn't do anything.
Yeah, she doesn't do nothing. And when the truck showed up, I was like, Althea's back. I was like, oh no. No, it's not her.
Yes, sadly, no. I mean,
I was like, oh,
I
God.
like the idea of them like going around like pretending pretending to be Alicia's sort of, I guess, but like just helping people. That's
We're
fine.
all Alicia.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's
It's
basically
the
like
anti-Negan.
right. Yeah, so it's basically like Alicia's legend lives on and all of that stuff. And then the thing that Daniel Sherman did with lying about that the little kid, this too had a kid. That a little kid was Alicia's kid, the little girl. I was like,
Daniel Sherman. His name is Troy.
oh yeah, the actor is Daniel Sherman. Got it. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I was confused for a second.
Yeah,
I was like,
lying
why
about
did-
the little
Right,
girl
lying
being
about the
Alicia's, and then
kid,
lying
I'm
about
like-
how
was-
he killed Alicia and like making Madison go. It was literally just a way for them to stretch 3 episodes.
Mhm,
I was
mhm.
so confused. The whole time I was like, because like why
Why
does
would
he have
it-
a white eye?
I was like, why would Alicia have a radioactive baby? Like, why?
Why does he have a white eye? Do we know?
Remember, he got hit in the head with a hammer,
Yeah, like I think he got hit in the eye with a hammer or something.
and
like-
he still survived somehow.
When was
That
this?
is season 4.
Who is he?
The guy that remember
farm.
the stadium season
Yeah,
when they were all in the stadium. The season when Madison apparently died, sacrificing
Right.
herself. That season is the one where they introduced him and Charlie and the others.
but are they the ones that came? Are they the ones that came? In the they came
What?
in like trucks, and they were like a circus or something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh.
they were moving around. They were always trying to find a place to stay, and then they used Charlie to infiltrate the stadium and all of that stuff
Right.
because he
Okay.
wanted the stadium for himself.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was Troy part of that though? Was Troy part of that though?
Him and his brother.
No, they were on that ranch and like that Madison ruined.
I thought they both died.
Yeah, we all thought Troy died
Mhm.
because he got smacked in the head with a hammer.
with a
His
hammer.
his whole family did, and then their farm got ruined. Like that's I don't know.
Maybe
Who
I should do a
cares?
rewatch. Not as much as I really want to,
No.
but like the first like 3 or 4 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead were good.
Yeah, that's not incorrect.
And then
also,
Russell,
Becca, also, Victor got a husband.
is it Frank?
Yeah, the black German guy.
The big guy.
Oh no, he's not necessarily big, but he was like
No,
tall
but I mean
and
big is in like tall and broad shoulders.
muscular. Yeah, broad shoulders,
he
and then
calls
he
him
also
Frank.
had a kid, and Victor got to adopt a kid too. And I'm like,
Is that
wow.
the young man that gets into the car with him at the end? He asked him, "Did you put this flower in here? Is that his son?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. That's great for him though. Like I didn't realize that. Well, I didn't know that because I only watched the first those 2 seasons.
Yeah, Victor basically got his basically the entire season. I think part 2 was basically fan service in a way. Victor got his happy ending. Charlie got murdered. She basically killed herself.
Madison
and
got
Madison
her.
and Alicia got reunited. It was basically very fan servicey.
Yeah.
That's really all I cared about. Like, all I
Mhm.
cared about was just getting to have Alicia back. And I was so like, I made the mistake of because like I was Googling something and then I saw a picture of Alicia and I was like, what? And so I kind of spoiled it for myself. But you know what? You guys know I do that shit all the time. Um, but like I'm so excited that Skidmark is back. The ending was really fucking stupid, but all I've cared about is Alicia. Also Madison has been carrying around this coffee can. Is Nick supposed to be in that?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So basically, and the ending was basically them driving away together. So I'm like, are they gonna pop up in a spin-off or something? Like, what was that
I
about?
hope not.
God, I hope not. Can we just be done with it, please?
Right? The Book of Alicia?
'Cause
I don't know.
they're like, let's go back to Los Angeles. And Alicia's like, they bombed the city. And she was like, yeah, I know, but that was a long time ago. Like, what?
The oxygen tank is getting to her. The lack of oxygen. I actually thought that she was hallucinating Alicia.
I did
really
too
thought
at
that.
first.
Yeah, I really thought that she was hallucinating and she was running out of oxygen and she was about to die and she basically thought that Alicia was there to basically take her away. But yeah, no, it was real. So yeah, Fear the Walking Dead, an awesome show that was during the earlier seasons even better than The Walking Dead, and then it went downhill. And good riddance.
Yeah. Yep. And God, I hope, please let us not. We don't need it. Like, what would you? A Fear the Walking Dead spinoff. So, how long would that title be? You know, like
Fear the Walking Dead,
Dead.
Alicia, Madison, and Tracy take on Los Angeles.
Skidmark.
Fear the Walking Dead, City of Angels.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead, City of Angels.
Mm-hmm.
but also
I would watch it because of
Skidmark.
Alicia, but you know,
Skidmark, The Walking Dead.
no.
The
City
Walking
of
Dead
Angels.
Skidmark.
Walking Dead Skidmark. Just an episode where they put
literally describes
they put a GoPro on the cat on the cat and it's just him running through the streets at night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay. So the main event, the piece de resistance, the ones who live.
Ugh.
The Walking
Ones who I
Dead.
wish
the ones
didn't
who live.
live, so it would be over.
So that's like the TWD, TOWL, Towel? The Walking Dead Towel?
Tall.
Towel?
Hold on.
Twelve.
Towel?
Towel.
Towel. Yeah, basically towel. Yeah, towel.
Tool de towel.
But yeah, favorite moments, guys. Come on, it was such an awesome episode.
Oh my god.
The guy who plays John Locke in Lost is in it. I was like, oh,
That-
okay, that
that
guy's
guy-
in it.
That guy is one of those actors, if I ever saw in public, I would turn around and walk in the opposite direction as fast as I could. He scared the shit out of me whenever I watched Lost.
Interesting.
John Locke on Lost?
Well, that scared me, but just like the stuff that he did and that he got up to.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
him
What
and
he did,
Tobin Bell.
he messed things up during Lost. Yeah.
The manipulation and the fact of how dangerous he was. Like, I remember being like really young and watching Lost and being like, that man, like I could not. Him and Tobin Bell from Saw, I would be like, you know what? Have a nice day, sir. Like I could not.
I mean, to be fair, like it wasn't terrible. Like I do feel like they pulled out more stops for this one than they have with all the other spinoffs because I am guessing that's the only way they could get Andrew Lincoln and even maybe more specifically Denai Guerrera to agree to participate in their bullshit.
Well, they also produced it though. Denai and Andrew were both
Yeah,
producers.
they're getting
Yeah.
producer credit. Yeah.
So but no, I definitely saw more money
Mhm.
being used for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you've said that, and I'm thinking back to watching it, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, it should have been a 2-episode premiere. One episode was not enough because it was basically Rick giving us a recap, and I was like,
Yeah.
so much info dump, and I was like, show, don't tell. Why are you narrating the story?
You're already getting into grapes and stuff for you.
Right? Yeah, I'm like, oh. But yeah, favorite moments. Come on, guys, come on, something.
I
The
like,
chemistry is there. The
yeah.
chemistry is definitely there between Rick and Michonne. So there's that. They look nice together.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm just glad that they didn't drag it out. Like Rick and Michonne meeting up again. Like it happened at the very end of the episode. It was like, we're not gonna make you guys wait 2 episodes or 3 episodes. Now I'm it looks like from what I've seen about episode 2 that that's gonna be like Michonne's story. I'm guessing leading up to the same moment. Whether it will be as long as like the whole episode again, I'm guessing it will be just for like balance's sake, but like in which case it's kind of like I don't know how I feel about that, but at least it's not going to be, oh, we have to wait till like episode 4 or 5 for them to finally get back, like see each other again. That's, I don't know if I would say that's a favorite moment, but it was at least like a plus.
Yeah.
I agree.
The character of Okinawa, is that his name?
Okafor?
Okafor?
Okafor, yeah.
Yeah.
He was interesting. He was interesting. I wouldn't say like it's like my favorite part or anything, but like he was an interesting character. And the way he talked was very interesting. Sorry, like I know that's not.
And then he died.
That's yeah, it was really weird. Like I was like, did he have this exploding thing inside him this whole time? No, it was just a little bomb that they blasted him with.
And I'm like, wow, she's very whoever's shooting. I mean, we found out that it was Michonne, right? And I was like, wow, that's a good aim. And of course, everyone died except for Rick. I'm like, of course.
And he was almost about to die.
Right? Maybe she wouldn't have killed him anyway. Maybe she wanted one survivor or one hostage to ask questions or something. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, also, so no favorite moments, really? We got
really.
Omaha was from the world beyond, right?
Yes.
So we got that connection going on.
Yeah, my friend who I was talking to earlier was like, "Oh, so they had the entire like World Beyond show just so they could mention it for 30 seconds."
Right? On TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Omaha thing happened, so I picked up on that. I was like, okay, the world beyond. We don't know what those people are doing right now, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I think
we care.
Yeah, I think the cease to exist.
Well, do you remember how they talked about that he was going to a university in the Catskills?
Whomst?
Beale told Rick, or no, not Beale, Okafor maybe told them that he was going to a university in the Catskills. That was that university that the girls were at.
Oh, okay.
That their dad was at.
Connections.
That nobody supposedly knew about. Also, is that New York City that they're looking at, or is that Philadelphia?
It's Philadelphia.
Yeah. Okay. Philadelphia, yeah. But yeah, so basically it was like, you know what? Okay, worst moments. I hated that scene. And the fact that it happened during the first 2-3 minutes of the episode, I hated it. I was like, there's no build up for it. Why would you do it? It doesn't matter. After it was done, it didn't matter. he got a prosthetic and it was done. It was like, why even do it then?
That prosthetic was cool AF though.
The Assassin's Creed one, yeah. With the
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed now? Okay.
Also, like, I'm surprised that Rico's not turned into a zombie after he was cutting his own arm off with the hatchet that he had been using to kill zombies. You know? Like, his blood would have been tainted.
I don't
But-
think you can become a zombie like that. It doesn't happen through blood transfusions.
But
Because remember, they already all of them already have the virus in them.
Okay.
Yes. So basically, it's the bite that triggers it or something. Saliva, I
Yeah.
don't know, but not blood. Because they be drinking blood and it gets into their mouths
Yeah.
and face and everything. No one turns.
I mean, I
Okay.
just was meh about like this being like, now you cut off Rick's hand, you know?
And it
That's
meant
right.
nothing. It meant nothing.
Yeah.
They had him on a tether. He had been trying to get away for so long.
It happened way too quick, and I'm like, wow. Because when it happened in the comics, it was an entire moment. Because Negan chopped it off.
I thought it was the governor.
No, yeah, I think it was the governor.
Oh, the governor. Yeah. So basically, the big bad chopped the hand off. But
Yeah.
it was supposed to mean something. And it was like, oh, okay, you be chopping hands off now. Okay, good for you.
It's okay.
I mean,
Sorry.
I get them not wanting to like have the main character of the show be missing a hand for seasons and seasons, but also I don't know, like why do it now? Like, I know that Andrew Lincoln had been wanting them to, like, he'd been wanting them to cut Rick's hand off like for a long time. And I'm like almost wondering if he was like, I ain't coming back unless you cut Rick's hand off.
Right? People let me cut my own hand off.
Right?
But I don't know. It just like, if that, I guess I can get a little bit more behind it if that was the reasoning why they did it now. But to me, it just felt like kind of dirty, like post-op fan service, you know?
I thought he was going to cut the thing off his wrist.
Yeah, the leash thing. Yeah.
Instead, he was just like, choppy.
Right?
I was
and
like,
then he ran.
And then he used a bird.
Yeah, by using a burning zombie. I'm like, what you doing?
Okay, buddy. That's
Okay.
enough.
It was so bad, and I'm like, oh, okay, fine. It was so funny.
Let you have it.
Right? He ended up like trying to run away so many times, and it was always a failure.
4 times.
Right? I'm like, wow, think better. So you weren't really the smart one, huh?
You know, and we never really found out why Okafor was trying to change things with the army.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just the army. He wanted to change things with
the entire republic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they recast Beale?
Beale who?
Beale. The General Beale, did they recast him? Because they had him as John Locke in this, but wasn't he casted by somebody else in the other one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. General Beale.
He was. I didn't remember him.
Yeah, it was someone else.
Because remember that boy was General Beale's
son.
General Beale. Yeah, General Beale.
Yeah. Major General Beale. Yeah, you're right.
Who played Major General Beale in The World Beyond? Terry O'Quinn.
No, that's him.
No, that's
him. Oh, that's actually him. Oh,
I don't remember him being in that at all.
We really forgot about that show.
Wait, in The World Beyond. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Because I thought he also was in The World Beyond.
Yeah.
I don't remember him being in The World Beyond.
Really? What?
I thought that maybe it was another random old white guy.
No, he was in World Beyond season 2. But where did he show? But he didn't show up. It was just his voice.
Maybe he was mentioned, but okay.
He was mentioned. He was mentioned. He was talking to Jadis.
I mean, the real question is, do we care?
I care because I'm nosy. Well, his son was Mason, and Mason was the one who was talking to the girl. Was it Iris?
I think it was the other one. Didn't he die?
No.
I remember things about the world beyond, but I don't
Right?
remember all of these little side. Like I remember things about like the main characters, not all these random side people that they might have met.
If
honestly.
Iris and her sister show up in the ones who
I will throw myself out of a
Swear to
helicopter.
God.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
I swear to God, make it stop.
Because Jadis is gonna be in the ones who live. We know that. Mila
Well,
Jovovich
yeah, we
Light.
saw her. But he also explained the difference between A's and B's, which we've been wondering about the A's and the B's for a while.
And it was so bad.
I mean, it was nice hearing an explanation, I guess.
So I guess I will say that was my favorite part then, is learning about the A's and the B's.
You liked that Rick and the other woman were A's because they were leaders.
That's not what I'm talking about, you big stupid. I'm talking about like, sorry, that was
Jadis lied.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
Jadis lied and said he was a B because she knew they would kill him if she said he was an A.
Yeah, like how Okafor was saying, like, I know you guys are A's, and that's the reason why, like, they send the A's away and they kill them because A's are the leaders. And but yeah, I don't know. I found that really interesting. But also, like, we've been wondering about A's since what, Terminus?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, like, how much of the A's and the B's has been, how long have they been sorting people, and if Terminus had anything to do with the CRM.
I don't know that Terminus did.
Well, they put people in cars, right, that had A and B on them, or am I thinking of something else?
Oh no, it wasn't it Jadis's people who did that?
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
The rubbish people, the garbage people, the garbage pail kids.
Becca, you do need to rewatch, apparently.
The garbage pail kids did that.
Well, I thought
I kind of miss the garbage pail kids after all these years.
The A's and the B's.
But yeah, no, Jadis had been like working with them. Like,
have been working with garbage pail kids or Terminus?
With not Terminus, no.
With the Republic,
yeah.
CRM. With the CRM, yeah.
Okay. Because I knew that they were being put into special cars in Terminus. They were being loaded up.
I think that might have been unrelated, to be honest.
Okay.
If they end up doing an Avengers-style team-up during the final episode where Daryl, Rick, Michonne, Carol, everyone teams up to take down General Beale, it might happen. Who knows?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, everybody meets up again.
Right? It might happen.
I'm like here, like I am here for some sort of reunion stuff happening, because like that's got to be the point of all this, right? Like, is it only one season of this show, or are we gonna like get to the end and it's gonna be like the fucking Maggie and Negan shit, Dead City, where it's like, haha, we've tricked you, there's going to be another one?
Oh, there's going to be a season 2.
Oh, is there? Wasn't
Yeah,
this just supposed to be movies? Can we just stop it
3
already?
movies.
3 movies. So 3 movies, 3 seasons.
Ugh.
They can stretch it out. Yeah, 3 seasons.
Well,
I'll be keeping an eye on the ratings. But then again, if the other 2 spin-offs got renewed with just 500,000 viewers, Rick and Michonne are probably gonna be getting more viewers anyway.
A lot of people stopped watching after Rick died, so
yeah, I think this show is likely to get more viewers just
Mhm.
because it's Rick and Michonne. Have we gotten into other gripes and what the fucks?
Yeah.
no.
Like really, like I mean, I don't really like mine are just kind of what we already started talking about. That did we really need Rick telling Michonne his story? Because my thoughts on that were we actually do have, and when I made these notes, I put some limited info, but that's not even true. We have a good amount of info from both The World Beyond and Fear the Walking Dead about what is the name of this isn't, is this the CRM or is this the other one?
It's the CRM.
It is the CRM. Okay. The other one is the one that was in The Walking Dead.
Mhm.
So we already have like a good bit of info on these people and like what they're doing. They could have
No one
shown.
watched those shows. That's the issue. They had to get
I know, but then they could be like, "Oh, you don't know what's happening? Go back and watch these other shows. Come on, AMC, do your marketing job."
right.
But like they could have shown and or told us more throughout this season rather than
Mhm,
giving us
mhm.
this info dump at the beginning and see who really cares anyway. Sorry, not sorry. I just wanted to put that out there before we like got really deep into like the future, the possible future of this show. Christ.
The Walking Dead, the future. Oh no. The future of The Walking Dead. Ugh.
I'm sorry, don't you mean the future of The Walking Dead, Fear the World Beyond, Maggie and the book of Maggie and Negan and Daryl and Carol's cities, that Daryl and Carol's city that lives.
The city that lives, Los Angeles.
Judith.
And Rick doesn't know about RJ.
If you hear me typing and clicking because I forget to mute myself while I'm doing this, I am absolutely creating a graphic as we're doing this episode to send to you guys. So I'm not just like typing like notes to my friends or whatever. I'm actually working
And
on
it's like
for this thing.
And it's like after the Colin Judith, like this long ass title can end up being the Goblin Tales. And it goes all the way back. The Gremlin, the Judith being a little baby gremlin. I don't know. All the way back. We be making connections. The Gremlin Tales. But yeah, it was so weird. The fact that Michonne literally left her only child to go look for Rick. I'm like, who does that?
And her
Apparently
adopted child.
Right, apparently Michonne. So I'm like, okay.
And Rick doesn't know about RJ.
No.
JR. What's his name?
RJ, I think.
RJ. Lil Rick.
Rick James.
Rick James, bitch.
We literally have a friend named Ricky James.
Yeah.
Who we call RJ. So I'm not actually making a Dave Chappelle reference. I was actually thinking of our friend RJ. Oh man. What about theories? I mean, I think I don't even like, is it a theory to say that obviously they're gonna try to take down the big bad?
Right? I'm like, that's obviously what's gonna happen because Michonne isn't operating on her own. She has a team. She's not alone.
And Rick has friends on the inside. Even though
that plumber guy.
Yeah. What is his name? Last name is Garcia. And Enrique?
Eugene?
No. No. Yeah.
No. I think it's Enrique.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't write down any of these names.
So he got that friend.
I liked him. He seemed cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, yeah, man, you wouldn't talk to anybody, but I just kept pressing, which like in like at first like thought seems like rude, but then you realize that like maybe this guy actually helped Rick like before he like actually gave him information that would help him. Like to me it seemed really like, oh, I don't know, he just seemed like a legit cool guy. He got a girl on the inside.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, if I were to tell you this, I definitely wouldn't tell you that it would lead you here, and I definitely wouldn't tell you that the code is blah blah blah.
Yeah, so Rick has that person. He has that woman he's been working with, the other A. So yeah, they're gonna try and take down the CRM.
His name is Esteban.
Oh, okay, Esteban. And I think the woman's name is Pearl.
Pearl.
Okay, it started with an E.
Yeah.
We were at least right about
Pearl.
that.
Yeah, Esteban and Pearl. Yeah,
Pearl. That's
So
way too nice. I don't know how I feel about her, honestly. Like, but I'm not saying I dislike her. I'm just meh.
If she can die, and I wouldn't care.
I would actually care if Enrique died.
Right?
Yeah, I would care about Enrique.
Mm-hmm.
His name's not Enrique. His name's Esteban.
Wait, what?
His name's Esteban,
not Enrique.
I'm sorry. Enrique was the earlier. I will say, like, toward the end of the episode when Pearl got like all up in arms about how like the little girl that they found and how they were like entirely certain that the CRM like killed her family so that they could essentially harvest this little girl that's what it sounded like to me.
What do you mean harvest her?
Like harvest as in like bring her into the CRM because they want children that they can train from a young age. They don't want adults that they don't want non-useful adults. Is what I was. That's what I got from that. And Pearl seemed pretty up in arms about that. So I guess I'll give her some points there. To be honest, it didn't help that like I was watching this and I did not have closed captioning. I didn't either. It wasn't even her accent. She talked very like it was always very like and it's like
she talks really fast
and like low and like breathy. And I was like,
yeah,
it's not your accent, girl. Like, can you just talk like a normal, like, why you always sound like this? You gotta talk so fast and sound like this.
Fix your mic.
Yeah, something.
Production, fix your mic. Or something.
Like, was it supposed to be some sort of character thing? I don't know.
Fear the Walking Dead, the book of Maggie and Negan and Daryl and Carol City that lives.
I'm looking at it.
That's for posting on our Facebook page.
Okay.
I'm gonna post it in the recap article too.
Yeah, that too. That works
because that's where they're going.
I didn't want to put like an @, on there because our Twitter name we never have used our Twitter in years and years, and we like rarely use our Facebook page. And I was like, ooh, I don't even know if our Facebook page is like an @ like. So I think it's better to. And I also was worried about putting bitching in there, like the full words. I was like, oh, if I put like the whole word in there, is it going to get flagged? So hence the star, like. Anyway, for those of you watching this, I sent a graphic that me clicking and typing has been me creating a graphic throughout this discussion. I should have just put it on the screen. Like instead of watching our faces, they could have watched, like I could have shared screen and they could have watched me working on my graphic as we talked shit about all these shows. Becca, I see you have a theory about this show.
I do have a theory about this show. And I feel like that this theory is a really good one. And I've been working really hard on this theory ever since I watched the show. And I theorize that I'm gonna hate this show by the end.
I mean, I don't know that I'm going to hate it because I'll be completely honest. Like we mentioned earlier, the production values are clearly higher than a lot of the spinoffs.
But also Scott Gimple is writing.
Yeah.
When he showed up at the end of the episode to explain the episode, it was a jump scare. I was like, what?
See, when he showed up for me, I was like, oh, little whale man. I literally said it out loud in my, like, because I'm watching it in my office as I'm working today. And it was like, Scott Gimple, whatever he is. And I was like, oh, little whale man. Like, said it out loud to nobody because there was nobody home at the moment.
I was not expecting him at
My
all. I was
cat
like, what?
baby.
Inside the episode. Ah, fuck.
I mean, to be honest, like I there are like it's Rick and Michonne. Like, so I feel like I don't know if hate is. I hope I don't hate it. I don't want to
I'm gonna
hate
be
it.
disappointed with this show.
Yeah, that's a given. Like, let's be real. Like, even the last seasons of Walking Dead that Rick was in were a disappointment. So, like the later seasons, that his last seasons, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. I don't. My theory is the same as yours, Reed. Like, obviously they're gonna, but it's not even a theory. They're obviously like gonna work to take down the CRM. Apparently, it's gonna take 3 fucking seasons
because they really don't care about the kids. Like,
They
Rick won't be like, "Oh, Michonne, we got reunited. Let's go back." Fuck them, kids. They don't give a damn.
That's a good question. How long is it gonna take Michonne to tell him about RJ?
Right? And the fact that he never dreamt about Judith, like not once, because she's actually Shane's kid.
I was very interested in the fact that in both of his dreams about Michonne, she was wearing the same like weird like knitted outfit. Like it was like it was like a knitted shirt and matching pants. Like it was purple, all purple in the first one and all white in the second one.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. It was like they were meeting. It was like if Lori had never existed and if the apocalypse had never existed, if he was never a police officer. And I did find that interesting that they were meeting.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell I couldn't tell if it was like I couldn't tell if they were just meeting for the first time or if they were actually together and just playing at meeting. You know what I mean? Like, you know how couples come to the bar and or like they meet each other after work and they're like, fancy meeting you here. But they've actually been married for like 20 years. Do you know what I mean?
I think it was him dreaming about like what might have been if none of the other stuff had happened. That's what I think. Like I'm not even saying I choose to believe that. That's what I think. I totally understand if somebody else perceives it differently. Until somebody from the show comes out and says otherwise, like that's how I'm gonna feel about it. But I totally get if somebody else wants to be like, no, I think that he was just kind of like you said, like they were just kind of like role playing essentially. But to me, it really, I perceived it as like a dream of a world where he met her in like you said, like he was never a cop, and Lori, if she existed, she was out of his life. You know, maybe they never got married, maybe they did and they were divorced. I would guess it was like a they never got married thing, but also I don't know. Like then if they never got married, there wouldn't be Carl, and
that's why the entire scene felt kind of disrespectful to me. I was like, so you want to be with Michonne, so you don't care about Lori, you don't care about Carl, you just want to be with Michonne. And who's to say that Michonne would have liked you if she didn't have any other options? Like,
I'm gonna be honest, yeah, a woman like her would never,
right? Never. Like she would never.
But their chemistry is still so good.
Yeah.
So good. They have the best. Yeah. They have such good chemistry.
Yeah, and that's the one major change they made in the show that was like him and Andrea in the comics is great, but he never had that chemistry with Lori Holden that he had with Michonne. No. Like even in the beginning when him and Michonne were like at each other's throats when she just showed up at the prison and everything with the baby food, like it was like so much chemistry from day one. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for from this show, is that because hopefully we only have to sit through 2 episodes of one being mostly Rick and one being mostly Michonne, and the rest is going to be them together. Like I don't know. My concern is that they're gonna like do it. They're gonna do everybody dirty,
Or
but
they're gonna separate them again or something.
yeah.
He has to go back. He has to go back. That's how they'll be separated. He has to go back in. So that's what's gonna happen. And also the fact that also the chemistry that these two have, they also have real life chemistry. Did you see those two during the red carpet interviews and everything?
I don't watch
Bro, I
anything,
don't watch
so
that shit.
no.
Oh, like he adores her. I saw some Twitter clips on Twitter, like some clips on Twitter,
I
and
mean, yeah, look at her.
right, he adores her. There's this interview where they're talking about the show, and then Andrew is like, "But are you seeing what she's wearing? Doesn't she look good?" And blah 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 blah.
I love that for them though. Like I love friends that boost each other, and especially when it's like a guy friend that's like, because he's happily married with like children and everything. Like when it's a guy friend that will do that to their, to their woman like or femme friend, that's like they're just boosting them up as like a person, like, and they respect them. That's like honestly A plus plus. I love that for you, Andrew Lincoln.
That's a green flag man.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, the first episode, it should have been a 2-episode premiere. The first episode was not it.
Yeah. They should have done one extra long episode or like release 2 episodes at once for sure. And have they done that for some of the other shows? I can't remember. Like for some of the other spinoffs. But I know that's like a popular thing with like streaming services, and AMC technically isn't a streaming service, but I don't know.
I don't remember. I just know that they've done a lot of 2-part finales.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't remember, did they split them though? Like 1 week to the next, or I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I agree for you. They should have just given us the Rick story and the Michonne story back to back. No matter how they did it, that's how they should have. Like two separate episodes, one long episode with like a intermission in the middle. I don't know. like we're at the old timey theater.
Intermission.
Fuck you, Scorsese. Intermissions should come back.
Right. But yeah, the single Rick focused episode, it was so boring. It was bad. The Michonne one from the preview that I saw, it looks more interesting because there's like new characters and she's out and about, but let's see. Yeah, that's it, people, because nothing really happened.
I mean, we only went this long because we had 3 other shows to talk about, and that's also hilarious because we're not even at an hour and a half, and we talked about
nothing's happening.
Seasons. I'm sorry, 2 entire 6-episode seasons and a 6-episode run of Fear the Walking Dead. Was that what it was?
Half a season, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So we talked about 2.5 seasons, yeah, and it was like nothing. Nope.
All right. Well, do we have some recommendations? Do you guys have recommendations? I do.
I mean, my recommendation would be if you guys are like tuning in to AMC for The Walking Dead, Interview with the Vampire season 2 is coming back, so go watch that. Way better. Far like season number 1, awesome. Really season good. Number 2, from the previews that I've seen, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be messy and it's gonna be queer and drama filled, and it's gonna be a good time. Watch that.
I suggest Resident Alien.
It's on Sci-Fi, right?
Yeah, well, it's a sci-fi show. The first 2 seasons just got put on Netflix recently.
No, that's the network. Sci-Fi.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It is from Sci-Fi Network. The first 2 seasons just recently got put on Netflix. And the 3rd season is actually airing right now. I want to say there's 3 or 4 episodes out. There's at least 3. And it was weird because like we're closing in on, like, we're more than halfway through the 2nd season. And I Googled it last night, like, is there a season 3? Not because I have no cable and don't care about things. So when I Googled, it was like, oh, season 3 is airing. And weirdly enough, the first 3 episodes of season 3 of Resident Alien are available in full on the official Sci-Fi YouTube channel.
Oh.
Like, I didn't even start playing any of them because I haven't finished season 2, but I think that's really interesting. Like, I'm wondering if they've got some sort of deal where they're doing their own advertising through YouTube, so they're going to earn money off of people watching, because I like triple checked. It is the official Sci-Fi channel. They are full 45-ish minute, give or take a, minute or two episodes. So all 3 episodes are on the Sci-Fi channel official YouTube.
Wow.
So
Weird.
I have it kind of is like, okay, so Sci-Fi doesn't want to pay for their own streaming service. I really wonder if I haven't Googled it or like the details of it or looked it up or anything, but like I have to imagine maybe they have a deal with YouTube where there's some their advertising revenue, the money that would come from them like having advertisements in their shows on their actual, cable channel is, I'm guaranteeing you it's something like that. And also, I don't disagree with this idea. Like, if I can just access shit on YouTube and if I have to watch commercials but also not have to pay like
Right?
an insane amount of money for yet another streaming service, like,
That's actually a good idea. More networks should do that. Like, make it a delayed release, right?
Yeah,
After the episode airs on TV, make it available on YouTube a week later or 2 weeks later. But make it available, yeah.
I don't even think it's that long because the most recent episode was like, if it's a delayed release, it's like 24 to 48 hours, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen a network do that.
I haven't either. And maybe it's just like some sort of they're testing it. I don't know. All I know, I mean, all of that said, the show itself it's hilarious. Alan Tudyk is fucking amazing. The jokes are great. There are some things that don't land super well. Just overall, like I'm not saying it's some sort of perfect show or anything, but like I've seriously been enjoying watching it way more than I've enjoyed watching any new show in a long time. So what about you, Becca?
So Monk, even though it's an old show, Monk is available now on Netflix. And they released recently, I guess in the past month or two, they released the Monk movie about Mr. Monk and the COVID and the coronavirus. And if you don't know what Monk is, it's about a man who is he's a detective and he has obsessive compulsive disorder. And so it's about like he also has lost his wife, and so it's about him dealing with grief and dealing with his obsessive compulsive disorder, going through therapy and that kind of thing. Also, season 2, this is stuff that's a little older, but season 2 of Sweet Home dropped in December. Season 1 is excellent. Season 2, I've not quite finished it, but it's a lot different than season 1, but I definitely suggest you start on season 1. It's a Korean language drama, very gory.
The one with monsters and stuff?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's based on a webtoon, and the monsters they turn into monsters based on their desires. So you've got the protein monster based on somebody who wants to be stronger, stuff like that. Then you have a woman who wants to child, so she turns into a giant womb. It's really interesting. And then also a newer series that I've been watching, and I can definitely recommend. It's very diverse, LGBT friendly. It's School Spirits. It's on Netflix. It's very cute show. And it's about a girl who is murdered in her school, and she has to solve her own.
Oh yeah.
She has to solve her own murder as a ghost in the school. So that is I've really been enjoying that. I did have to take a little break because I had to watch some other stuff, but it's very whimsical, very fun. But like I said, it's very inclusive, LGBT friendly. and I definitely suggest you pick it up if you get a chance. It's that cute Netflix show. It's not very long either. It's only like 8 episodes or something. Sorry, I'm all over the place. But yeah, those are my recs.
Okay. And then we have, where you guys headed?
I
mean, where you gonna go?
No, like major activities or anything for me for a bit, other than like family trips and stuff. Then a couple like long weekends the next couple months. But the first like actual event or convention, if you can call it that I'm doing is the next Red Dead event, which is in Deadwood, South Dakota this year in June. So it's a long ways out, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm one of those people who wants to check as many states as possible, off my list. And I've got a ton of them, like 38 or 40 the last time I like counted. But one thing I don't have is that like huge chunk in the middle of like North and South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, like all those nonsense states that nobody has any desire to actually go to. And I probably would never go to South Dakota if it were not for this event, but I'm pretty excited about it because, Red Dead. So Becca has things going on.
Yeah. Kind of. I also am not doing any traveling or anything. I did a cruise at the beginning of the year, and that was all of my travel for a very long time. I'm not doing any events until DragonCon, I believe. But I invested in a small business, and it is opening its doors officially on March 1st, which is coming up. It's on Saturday. It's a K-pop and C-pop and J-pop store.
Make a TikTok.
Huh?
Put it on the Geekery TikTok. Make a video.
I will. So it's gonna be a K-pop store located in my hometown. It's gonna be in South Carolina. It is the first K-pop store opening in Greenville. I'm very excited about it. We are all very excited about it. And it's called Idol Music. You can visit the website, but it is currently down right now because they are doing inventory. It will open back up on the 29th. But it is Idol, which is IDOLL music.com. I definitely will do a TikTok for the Geeky and but yeah, it's been a little project that I've been working on. Like we've been painting and
businesswoman.
I know.
Boss and CEO.
Not really. I'm the stepmother. I'm the stepmother or the godmother of this store. It's a brick and mortar store. It's next to a bubble tea shop, so it's
that's a nice combo.
Yeah, it's very small, but we have to travel over 2 hours to get to the closest K-pop music store. So this is gonna have all kinds of not only music, but it's also gonna contain Chinese and Korean beauty care. It's also gonna have decor for journals and pen pal, for bullet journaling.
A little gift shop kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's gonna be like a gift shop. Yeah, it's gonna be perfect. So I'm very excited about this. And
Well, and also like when you say you have to travel like over 2 hours, like you're just talking about people from the Greenville area. That's not even counting people from surrounding cities who might have a little bit less or even a little bit more to travel that will now have like a closer place to go if it's more travel. But also like if I'm from, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of like just over the border in North Carolina. I would probably rather drive to Greenville, like Gastonia.
Right.
Is Gastonia North Carolina or South Carolina? But you know what I mean? Like
Gastonia. Well,
like right on the border, like right on the border of like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Like
Gaffney is on the
Gaffney.
border, but Gastonia, you probably want to go to Charlotte. Charlotte is very much thriving in the K-pop community, and Atlanta is thriving in the K-pop community. But to my knowledge, there are no K-pop stores open in South Carolina at this time.
Right. And what I'm saying is like I think that the big plus about this is it's not just like people from the upstate that have to drive that far. It's people who maybe are a little bit miles wise closer to Atlanta or Charlotte, but don't want to have to drive like into a city and like
So they get another option. Yeah.
deal with all that traffic
Yeah.
and stuff. Like I'm very excited about this for you.
Yeah. So and it's also been one of my big passions, and so luckily I was able to meet somebody in November who was like, listen, this is my dream, and luckily I was able to help her and her co-partner facilitate this. And so I'm really excited, and I'm really excited for the growth that we're going to have. And it's going to open so many different opportunities for people in the area. It's going to help the Korean community in Greenville a lot as well.
Oh my God, karaoke nights. Oh, Becca.
Norabang,
It's gonna be
yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah. So we're beginning to get a large Korean population in Greenville, also a large Taiwanese population in Greenville. So this is definitely going to we're going to be able to partner with the Korean community center of the upstate, and it's going to be great. Like, I'm very excited about it, and I've been looking forward to this for a very long time, and we were able to finally announce it recently, so yay.
I'm very excited for you.
I'm so excited.
Anything for you, Fareed?
Well, I ain't opening no stores or nothing, so no.
No filming.
Okay.
No
filming, no
I'm like, how am I supposed to compete with that?
Oh, come on.
Any conventions or events you're planning on going to this year?
Nah, nothing.
Boo.
I think I've realized that I don't really like to travel.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I
love
think I
traveling.
realized that. I'm like, no, just let me be.
How has school been going?
What?
School? You're doing school, right? Or are you working?
Oh no, I've done school. So what I did was, I've done school, Becca. Like I got,
I'm sorry.
Breed's like a fucking scientist.
I got degrees.
I thought he was getting an additional like PhD or
Oh
something.
yeah, I did, but not PhD, but I did get a certificate. So I'm now basically a licensed therapist now.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
so
a
if we ever have any
licensed-
problems, we can go to
Right?
Fareed.
I'm a licensed recreational therapist. I be talking to you and we be having fun.
That doesn't like a recreational therapist.
Yeah, because like recreational drugs, recreational therapist.
But yeah, so I've got my license. I just got it. So yeah, I'd be doing stuff, but yeah, it's
Okay.
boring academic stuff.
I mean, nothing
it's
is
not boring. To me, it's
yeah, academic stuff is not boring to me either. That's like a lot of my job. So
Right? Yeah.
you want to hear about some statistics?
All right. Well, you know what? I think we can probably talk about this off air.
Right?
But
I wasn't actually gonna start talking.
No problem.
Like we got nothing to say about The Walking Dead. We derail into statistics.
We dipped into like K-pop and statistics and places with no people like Montana. But hopefully we will maybe be back at the end of the Richonne.
Yeah, it's just gonna be 6 episodes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we should be back.
I think we'll be back at the end. I don't think we need to do like a bi-weekly thing for this.
No, that's what I meant. No, please don't force us to do this. Please don't. I've had enough of The Walking Dead. So this has been Becca Fareed and Tara bitching about stuff and things with The Bitching Dead. Thank you again for joining us. Please follow The Bitching Dead and the Geekery on Twitter, Also, we have a YouTube channel as well, which is the Geekiary at the Geekiary on the YouTubes. And also, we are on Facebook as well as the Geekiary. Also, we are now on Blue Sky as well as the Geekiary. Surprise! Remember, we are a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thank you so much for contributing and helping our host at the Geekiary, and we will see you whenever this dumpster fire is towards the end. Goodbye. Good night. Adios.